Ugh, so freaking bored. What do I want to play? What do I want to play? What do I want to play? No. What do we got here? Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this game a shot.
Looking down on the cars on the highway. The stream of
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is the latest game in the Metal Gear franchise. The reason I say Metal Gear and not Metal Gear Solid is because this is not a Metal Gear Solid game. When it was announced for the first time back in E3, it was named Metal Gear Solid Rising. This was changed later down the road. So in the beginning, the game was being developed by Kojima Productions over at Konami, but was almost cancelled due to issues with the game's development within the in-house team. Hideo Kojima made a statement saying that the game would have been scrapped if someone didn't take it off of his hands, so it was given to Platinum Games to develop. No one can really say what kind of game we would have if the original team had stuck with the game, but on release day, what fans got was a third-person hack-and-slash game. That's about it. Now this isn't necessarily a bad thing in my opinion. I personally love hack-and-slash games like Devil May Cry, not the new one, and Ninja Gaiden. So I thought that getting this game would give me a rare opportunity to get more involved in the Metal Gear story, since as a kid I never owned a PlayStation or PlayStation 2, and I currently do not own a PlayStation 3. So with all that said, let's go ahead and get into the story. So in my opinion, the game's story isn't all that good, but I'll give you the gist of it. It takes place after the events of Metal Gear Solid 4, which I have yet to play, and has you playing as Raiden, aka
Mr. Lightning Bolt,
aka
Jack the Ripper.
No one calls me that anymore.
You seem to be a government contractor of some kind because you and your team are escorting the African Prime Minister around. Things seem to be normal. You and the Prime Minister are talking politics, philosophy, and then out of nowhere, cyborg terrorists kidnap the Prime Minister with the intent to stop the peace within the country and make money off of war. They kill off just about everybody, including your cyborg Gucci Mane clones.
Gucci, Gucci 2 times, say it 2 times.
And sick a freaking Metal Gear on your ass. After slicing the Metal Gear into about, I would say 137 pieces precisely, you pursue the bad guys just to have the Prime Minister killed right in front of your face. The guy said he wouldn't even kill him. He's a freaking liar.
Don't do it!
Don't worry now, I won't.
Then you get your ass handed to you by one of the captains from Bleach. This leads Raiden to track down and take out the duo in the name of Revenge. Ends. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Unless you want to count the fact that they're working with a US senator to take the brains out of small children and put them inside their cyborgs in order to create an army of robot killing machines. Yeah, that's it. You get the occasional Kodak conversation here and there, and you can use your codec to speak with your team at any time. This isn't really needed or necessary because you should never find yourself in a position where you have absolutely no clue what you're doing. At least I did.
Right. It would appear your only way forward is to return to the surface. You will exit into an evacuated commercial district. Security is heavy, but you need not worry about collateral damage when engaging the enemy.
About time. Finally, I can cut loose.
Proceed to the right from the exit. You will find a stairway on your right. Those stairs lead to a shortcut to World Marshal Headquarters. Do not be distracted by the advertisements. You are not here as a tourist.
Sure. I'll just buy a quick souvenir or two for Rose and that'll be it.
Raiden, we must hurry.
Remind me to teach you about sarcasm sometime.
I understand your attempts at humor. I simply do not find them entertaining.
Not a huge deal for me, but for those who might have been looking for more in terms of plot, this may be a deal breaker. The story is lacking and doesn't really connect you to any of the previous games. So, with that out of the way, let's get on to the gameplay, shall we?
Let's get this over with.
So the gameplay is pretty simple. It plays just like you would expect any other game in the genre. You kill bad guys until there's no more, and then you move to the next area. There is a map locator on your screen that'll try to keep you on track, because sometimes the game design doesn't make it crystal clear where you need to be. But honestly, if you just follow the bad guys, you should be good. There is a stealth element in this game, but it's clear that it was not the developer's main focus.
They still have not noticed you. Do not expose yourself.
You only have a handful of stealth animations, and that includes kills from different enemy types. I'm sure there's a way to get past most levels without being detected, but honestly, it's not worth it. It seems impossible in some areas, and even if you do get by, you miss out on a lot of experience points needed to upgrade Raiden and his weapons. And how do you get the most experience points? By hacking mofos the hell up. This makes sneaking and using stealth pointless. And while we're on the topic of upgrades, you can use them to increase weapon damage, decrease damage taken from enemies, learn new moves, which the game does not teach you how to properly execute, increase your max health, and that's about it. Oh, there's also a couple of costume changes, and I hear DLC is planned for new weapons. So yeah, let's talk about controls now. Alright, so you have your jump button, your weak attack button, and your strong attack button. There's no blocking in this game. And you know, that's not a real big problem for me. I mean, in Devil May Cry 3, you didn't block unless you had a specific style equipped. So I don't mind not having a block button all that much. What I did mind is that there's no way for you to dodge attacks at all. If bad guys are swinging at you, your only defense is to use a counter technique that you use by pressing the weak attack button in the direction of your attacker. It's not that bad, but it can really mess you up if you're fighting a bunch of dudes. But with practice, you can actually get through entire levels without taking any damage, as it seems that this mechanic is slightly broken. On the Xbox 360, the right trigger allows you to use Ninja Run, which is just a fancy way to say sprint. You can attack while doing so, which is pretty cool. But what's not cool is the fact that Ninja Run is finicky as hell when using it to platform. Okay, let me explain. When you hold down the right trigger and sprint, and then come up to an obstacle or platform, or whatever, Raiden jumps, climbs, and even slides under stuff, all on his own. There's no additional input required by the player. I mean, in the first running sequence, the game even tells you that Ninja Run will automatically do everything for you.
Use your Ninja Run to move over obstacles automatically.
I don't know if this is just me, but I like being in control of my movements. But that's just me. Oh well. So the left trigger puts you in what's known as blade mode. And in blade mode, you actually slow down time and use the right thumbstick to make precise cuts in your enemies. I personally use the X and Y buttons to either cut horizontally or vertically. When fighting regular enemies, all you need to do once blade mode is activated, cut through the little box that's indicated on the enemy. Doing so will trigger a QuickTime event, and once completing that, you'll be rewarded with a vertebrae that Raiden needs in order to function. Because he's a robot. It needs those electrolytes.
You've been outfitted with 2 revolutionary new abilities.
Fuel electrolyte absorption and self-repair from C's nanopaste.
Not sure why he doesn't just drink some Gatorade. Now, while we're on the topic of QuickTime events, there are a lot in this game. Every time you fight, you'll need to rip out somebody's vertebrae in order to gain any lost health. You do get regular item drops from just cutting stuff up, but the QuickTime event will restore your health back to 100% every single time. Raiden also gets secondary weapons that take the place of your sword when pressing Y for strong attacks. And you can get sub-weapons like grenades and rocket launchers. Now for me, the rockets seem just a little bit out of place here. I mean look, Raiden just takes it out of his left ass cheek fiber node and then just puts it back once he's done. I mean, what the hell is up with this? I mean, he just takes it out of his ass cheek. You know, it would have been cool if he actually had one of those side compartments like RoboCop. That would have been awesome. But no, all we get is this like back of your ass subspace bullshit. I don't really like it. It's out of place. Get rid of it. Go away. There's honestly no real position where you have to use this. Kind of a waste of space if you ask me. Okay, so when you're not running around slicing up everything in your path, you'll encounter one of the many boss fights in this game. All of the boss fights, except for the first one with the Metal Gear, pretty much go like this. You duke it out for a while, the boss tries to switch things up on you, you cut him into a million pieces, and then you have a phone conversation. I'm not even joking. Take a look.
Obey directive. Must obey directive. No freedom.
But I know you will never fall. To you, sure as the sun will rise.
Now to me, the boss fights have to be one of the more interesting parts of the game. I do like how the AI changes its tactics on you midway through the battle, and none of the fights individually overstay their welcome. They do recycle them after a while, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. Very good boss battles in this game in my opinion. Not the best I've ever played, but certainly not the worst. All in all, Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance is a decent action game. It's no Metal Gear Solid game by any means, and it really doesn't break any new ground for the action genre. If you're a huge Metal Gear fan, looking for the next epic adventure in the Metal Gear franchise, this may not be what you're looking for. You might want to pass on this one. But if you like games like Ninja Gaiden, Devil May Cry, not the new one, and Bayonetta, you just might get a kick out of this game. That's about all I really have to say. I'm Trenell, and this has been a Try2 review. Hey, what's going on guys? Trenell here. Just wanted to take a quick time out and thank you guys for watching my video. If you liked what you saw here, please do not hesitate to like, favorite, and subscribe for more content. This is actually my first review, and the reason I say my first review is because there's already a review up on our channel for Dead Space 3. Yama did that, and you can check that out right here. And Yama also started our very first Try2 walkthrough for the new Tomb Raider game, which you can check out here. He's going for 100%. So if you guys want to get all those collectibles, definitely check out his video. It's very well made. In addition to that, you can like us on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter because we're there as well. And for even more gaming videos, you can check out our other channel, YTOS. All the information will be in the description down below. And don't forget to comment as well. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback. Until then, see you guys later.